dear all, this is just a very short video where I want to share with you a very good article that I came across in 24, which is like a Slovene news site. And it is about World War I, especially the logistics on the Isonzo front. So here we can see the title. Of course, this is in Slovene, but if you're using Google Chrome, you can just translate it into English. So I will leave a link in the video description. So yeah, we can see a title, a 60 kilogram load on a 50 kilogram soldier, which just makes you think, what the fuck, you know, but things were different back then than they're nowadays, you know. But yeah, let's go quickly through it. So if you like reading, that's for you. If you don't like reading, then I guess it's not for you. Here they talk about the importance of logistics. Here we can see Russian supply convoys outside Kiev at the beginning of the Russian-Ukrainian war. But let's leave that battle. And here it is that all major battles, or rather logistics, plays a crucial role. Because if you cannot supply troops, resources, ammunition, food and so on, and also take back wounded soldiers and civilians in the case of World War I, you know, you just lose, you know. So Slovenia in the background of the Great War. So as we know, the Isonzo front was on the western border. So here we have Gorica, here was San Michele, if somebody is wondering. Here is Sabotin. And here is Gorica itself, or Gorizia, because they use Italian names. Here you can see the railway lines that went there. This one here, I think it was like Feldbahn, not proper railway line, but you know, stuff they built during the war. And but as I said, you have all of this explained. You also have pictures, you know. Like here we can see a convoy of, I don't know what they're transporting. They have barrels, so it must be a liquid. It is, I don't know, water or maybe wine. I don't know. In the background we can see karst, or rather kras in Slovene. Another funny thing they mention is that this part of the front alone had around 200,000 horses, which is much more than all of the horses combined nowadays in Europe, you know? And this was just like a smaller front, so to speak, you know? Just to give you an idea of the size comparisons, you know? Here they tell how much stuff they've built, how much stuff they used. Also, they mentioned that, you know, blacksmiths who knew how to make, you know, the horseshoes, they were not mobilized because they were very valued. Because, you know, you cannot make a horse, you know, it takes some time for the horse to breed, to grow up and so on. And they had issues with that. And that's why also they tried to use more and more of trucks because, you know, you can just build a truck, you know, you don't need that much time compared to breeding a horse, growing it up. So here we can see the 5th Army of Svetozar Borojević. Here we can see a column of logistics. Basically, this is in Rivignano. So this was after the Battle of Caporetto. We can see they are carrying hay. Because, you know, if you have that many fucking horses, they have to eat something. And already delivering all of the food for the horses was a big challenge, you know. Here we can see troops moving. This doesn't say this is about the 11th offensive on the 22nd of August, 1917. So I guess it doesn't translate everything. But yeah, here we can see how they were transporting bells, which were being melted down in order to facilitate production of military stuff like guns and so on, you know, cannons. Here we can see they even used dogs to pull small carts. You know, because animals are useful. And here we can see they are not, it says horse-drawn, but they also used a mix of horse and what is that expression, man? I forgot, a donkey. And they used those to move stuff up. And also they built a shit ton of roads in the mountains. Here you can see how they made the road, and you can see there is a small convoy of multiple donkeys or horses. Here it's another one, longer one, you can see. And they basically built so many roads in the mountains of nowadays Slovenia and also partially Italy. That is crazy, you know. And what do we have here? Here it talks about some shells being used and how much it weighed. And yeah, the average weight of an Austro-Hungarian soldier was around 50 kilograms in 1917. And here they were talking about shell weight. Here we can see that actually, because animals can't go everywhere, and a lot of the times soldiers had to carry stuff up. Here we can see this happening as they carry stuff up. Here we can see cable cars that they used. There was a lot of them. Nowadays, there are very few being used, you know, because you have other ways of transportations. And also railroads, you know, that was very important. Here we can see how they're expanding the railway station near Sežana. We can see it has already multiple tracks, but still they needed more. It's just crazy to think how much an army needs during the war. But as I said, you can read about all of this in this article, and I will post the link in the description. And here we can see firewood, you know, that's another thing they had to use. You know, it's not like they used petroleum or gas and that sort of stuff. They were still relying heavily on firewood for heating and for cooking as well. And here we can see an engine that was developed by Austro-Daimler company, and more specifically by Ferdinand Porsche. Probably he's mostly known for his stuff after World War I, you know, like the Beetle and starting the Porsche company as well as the Volkswagen. But yeah, he started working in Austria-Hungary, you know, as an engineer. And here we have some other stuff being written. Here we can see the transportation of wounded soldiers. Here it says that they needed more than 60 trains to transport one division. Here they go into details. And here we can see a recreation, or rather maybe this is an original, you know, like an old card. Here are some photos. A saddle, another card, the same card from earlier. Oh, now it just feels like it's repeating. And yeah, here you have the 12th Battle of Isonzo, the, you know, Battle of Caporetto. As I said, just go check it out. If you like statistics, if you like numbers, if you like to know the know-how, just go for it, you know. Here you can see the Vršič Pass, which was built by Russian prisoners of war. And here we can see some civilians being evacuated, you know. So yeah, as I said, yeah, also at the end soldiers have to go home, and they had issues, and they didn't stop in bigger cities because the soldiers were like looting, because they were hungry, and they even had like railroad guards that were just there to protect or rather prevent soldiers from doing that sort of stuff, you know. But as I said, read it, it's very well written, and that's all for this video, and I will see you all on the battlefields. Gaming teacher, out.